Hi guys, this is Dr. Suguna. In this video, I am going to explain about dictionary in Python. What are the operations and how to create dictionaries. So what is a dictionary? Dictionary is an unordered collection of items where each item will have a key and a value. It is mutable. Mutable means you can modify its contents, but the key must be unique and immutable. Python dictionaries are also known as associative arrays or hash tables. Now let us see how to create a dictionary. Dictionaries are created using a curly brace, and each item is separated by the other using a comma. Each item is a key value pair separated by a colon. Keys and values can be of any data type. This is an example. So here we have two items. The first item is the subject Python programming, where key is subject and value is Python programming. Second, you can see a comma here, and the second item is class :SOEC. Accessing the values. Values can be accessed using the keys. Here there is no ordering is there, so you cannot use indexing. So we can access only using the keys. You have to use the square bracket, or you can use the get method to get the values. So let us see an example. I have a dictionary with name John, age 30 and city is Newark. Now I can access the value by specifying the key. Here the keys are name, age and city. So you give my dict within this square bracket, you give the name. So it will give me the value, that is John. Another way to get here is you can use this get function. Okay. So instead of putting in a square bracket the key value, you can use mydict.get, and within this parenthesis you have to mention your key value. So which will return that value. So there are two ways you can access the value: by using the keys, that is by mentioning a square bracket along with the dictionary name, or you can use the get method. How to update and add the elements in the key, that is in your dictionary. Elements can be updated or added using the keys only. Okay. Or you can use the update method, or you can use the assignment operator. So let us see an example. So you are given a dictionary with these three items. Now I am updating this age value. So how do I update? I have to write my dict. Within this square bracket, you have to give the key value. Always you have to use the key value to update the key to update your values. Okay, I'm assigning 40. So if I print, then this age will be giving as 40. Okay. Another way to update is you can use the update method. Okay. So you give the dictionary name dot update, and you can mention whatever you want to update with the key value pair. Okay. So I am updating city as San Francisco and state is California. Okay. So my output will be like this. Okay. So I have updated age is 40. So age is represented as 40. And I have updated that city instead of Newark as San Francisco, and state is California. Like this. Okay. So you can use update to update more than one elements in the dictionary. If you want to update a particular item, then you have to use this key. Removing the elements can also be done using the keys only, or you can use the del keyword or the pop method. There are three ways you can remove the elements. Let us see with an example. So I am using del. Okay. So del my dict of city. Always you have to give the key only. So my dict of city means this entire thing will go off. This item will be removed. So if I print, I will get only these two items. Okay. Now I can use dot pop, and I can mention that key value. Both will be serving the same purpose, but del I have to use as a normal statement, and pop I should use as a method. Okay. Pop of age means then it will remove the age. Now it will work on top of this output only. Okay. So this output is having name John and age is 30. After that I am applying this pop. age, where I will be getting the output as name John only. Okay. Then you can loop the items through the dictionary using items method, and you can also use the keys method to loop through the keys. Okay. Items method will loop through the key value pairs. If I want to uh, refer both the key and value, then I have to use this items method. But keys method will loop through the keys alone. So let us see an example. So here I am using dict.items, which means that it can refer both the key and the value. And I can print the key comma value. So this is the advantage of the items method. But if I am using only keys, dict comma keys, it will refer only the key, not the value. Okay. So if I am printing that, it will print only the key values. So it depends what you want to have. If I want to access both key and value pairs, then I have to go for items, dot items. If I want to have only the keys, then I can go for keys. So other methods available are clear means it will remove all the elements from the dictionary. Copy means it returns a shallow copy of a dictionary. And values means it will return the list of all the values in the dictionary. Okay, so if you want only the values present in the dictionary, then you can use this method values. I'll give an example. So here I am using my dict.copy. Copy means you are creating a new dictionary. This new dictionary will contain all the elements of this. Then if I print the new dictionary, then we are creating a copy of that dictionary. Now look at this, I am using values. Values means it will return only the values. So which are the values here? We have John 30, New York. These are the values that will be returned. And you have a clear method to remove all the elements in the dictionary. So you will get an empty dictionary if you want to print. So like list tuple comprehension, you can also have dictionary comprehension. Only thing is you have to use a braces. That's it. So the same example which I have shown you in the previous list and that is tuples. I have to use a for loop to access some values. What is to be done on each value, I will be representing as an expression. Now, since it is a dictionary, I should have a key and value pair. Okay. So I have represented as X colon what it should be. Okay. So for example, X will take the values for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be first time it will take 0. Then it will print 0 colon 0 squared. That will be 0. Next it will take 1 and it will print 1 colon 1 squared is 1. Then 2 colon 4 like that. Okay. So if you print the dictionary, then you can have this. The only thing is you have to see here it is enclosed in a brace. If it is a tuple comprehension, you have to enclose in a parenthesis followed by tuple. Okay. If it is a list comprehension, then you have to enclose in a square bracket. That is the difference. Now you can have a nested dictionaries. That is a dictionary inside another dictionary. And you can have multiple keys to access the nested values. Let us see an example. See here. Now this person is a key and the values you have is multiple values. Okay. So multiple values you have. And again it is a dictionary. Okay. So person colon again it is having a dictionary. So you want to refer the particular value means you have to use person, then the corresponding key value. Okay. So likewise, you can use nested dictionary. You can also merge one or more dictionaries by using the update method. See here, this is dictionary 1 and dictionary 2. I want to merge these two. Then what I can do is I can use dict1 dot update of dict2. So this two will be combined. I get the values in the dict1, all the items. Now we can also use create a dictionary from the list. So how do you create a dictionary from the list means you just represent the key values as a separate list and values as a separate list. Now I want to merge these two key and values like age should be associated with Apple, B should be Benin, and C should be Canada. And this you can do by using a function called zip. Okay, zip keys comma values, then you give dict. So this will create a dictionary containing these corresponding keys and values. So if I print my dictionary, you will get the output like this. Okay, so this is a facility you have for combining the keys and values represented in the list to form a dictionary. Now, where do you use this dictionary concept? This is used when I want to create a collection of counters. Suppose you are given a string and you want to count how many times each letter appears. And you can create a dictionary with the characters as keys and counters as the corresponding values. Okay. So what we do is, at the first time when you see the character, you would add an item to the dictionary. After that, you would increment the value of the existing item. So first time if you see a character, the character is a key and that you add it to the dictionary and with the value of 1. If second time, if you are next time whenever you see the same character, you will be incrementing the value. Okay, so let us see how it is done. So this concept is called histogram, and we'll define a function called histogram where a string will be passed. So what you do is you create an empty dictionary. So D is a dictionary which is having an empty dictionary. And now I am accessing each and every character in this yes. Okay, so I am using for C in yes. So what I am going to do is I have to check whether this particular character is in the dictionary. So what I am doing, if C not in D, okay, if this particular key is not in D, then what I need to do, I have to add this to the dictionary. So how do I add? I'll be using D of C is equal to 1. Okay, D of C is equal to 1 means I am adding this character with the value 1. Okay. Else what I do is, already that character is there, so I will be incrementing its value alone. So how do I increment the value? D of C plus equal to 1, which means that D of C is equal to D of C plus 1. So then you have to return this D. Okay, this is a dictionary that it will be returned. So giving the input as a string, you will return a dictionary finding the occurrences of each and every character and represented as a dictionary items. So I am just calling this function histogram by passing this string. Okay. So now what will be H? H will be returned as a dictionary. So I will be printing this H. It will be a dictionary which will give me the key is A and it is occurring 1 time, B is occurring 1 time, O is occurring 2 times, like that. Okay. So this is how we can use this dictionary as a collection of counters. Now we will use dictionary. How we can traverse the keys in the dictionary means we can use the for statement to traverse the key. Now let us explain using a function called print histogram, and where you are passing H is the dictionary. Okay, the dictionary which you have created in the last slide. So this is passed as the argument. Now I am trying to print that histogram. So for C in H, that is I am accessing each and every item and I have to print, this is a key. Okay, so whenever I give for C in H, it will get the key. Along with the key, I want the value. So I will be writing H of C. H of C will be the value. Okay. So if I call this function, then I will be getting the output as A1, B1, R2, and D1 and O1 like this. Now, we can also sort the items in the dictionary, but there is no particular order. You can also use the built-in function sorted for this. So we'll use that function. What I am doing is for key in H, instead of saying as H, I am just making it as sorted of H. Okay. And then I am printing this key and your H of key. So I will get the items in the sorted order. Okay, only thing you need to do is you have to make this, use the sorted function here. That's it. You can also use dictionary for reverse lookup. Okay, so it is like value is equal to d of k. This that is, if you know the key value k and d is the dictionary, you can retrieve the value is equal to d of k. It takes a value and returns the first key that maps that value. Okay, so how do you define this reverse lookup case? You are passing a dictionary and the value. Okay, and you want the key. So it has to return the first key that maps that value. Okay. So you are looking at the back. Given a key, you can get the value by using v is equal to d of k. Okay. Given a value, how will you get the key? Okay. So what you can do is I will just search the key and whether that key that is equal to that value. So this for this key, the value will be represented as d of k. Whether it is equal to the given value, I will check. So if it is so, then I will return the k. Okay, that key value will be returned. Otherwise, it will raise the lookup error. Okay, if there is no key present for the given value, then it will raise the lookup error. Okay. So you will get the output h is equal to histogram means you will get the reverse lookup h comma 2. So I am looking for a key value with the I am looking for a key with the value 2. Okay. So it will print that. I can see that R is the item which is having the key as 2. Okay. Now, if I am looking for an item whose value is 3, there is no item with the value 3, so it will print the lookup error. Okay. So we can also map the letters to the frequencies. Okay, that is which we call it as a inversion of the dictionary. So let us, I'll explain here. So this is the histogram output of a dictionary where it tells you how many times that particular character is appearing in the string. Inverse means that you get the value. For this value, what are the strings you have? Okay, what are the characters you have? For one, we have A, P, T and O, and for 2 we have R. Okay, so this is called the inverting the list. So this can be done using your dictionary operations. So output will be a list. Okay, so this is a separate list, and that is for this index. This will be the list. For this index, that is for this key value, this will be the output. So let us see how this will be created. And we have this histogram of parrot, which will give this one, and we need to find out the reverse lookup. Okay, we take the reverse lookup of which is equal to 2, and you will be printing the key value. So this operations we can write with a different function, invert dictionary. So I am going to create a dictionary. D is already there where you have the character and the number of occurrences. Now you want to create a dictionary which is an inverse dictionary, which is empty now. I access each key value in the dictionary and I get the value for it. Okay. If this value is not in inverse, because we need to accommodate the dictionary with the value colon the corresponding characters. So if value is not in the inverse, then what you do is you have to find out, you have to add that value in this inverse dictionary. Okay. Else, if that value is already present, you have to append, you use that append key to create a list of that characters. Okay. See, I am appending this key in the list. See, I mentioned as a list. So it is creating a new list. In that list, we have to append the key if that value is already existing. That's it. So the same concept we have done with the inverse. Okay. Inverse means you have to map value with the set of alphabets. Okay. So I am checking the value. I am getting the value. If the value is not there, I will add that value as a list. And if the value is already present, what I do is I will append this key with that list. Okay, and you have to return the inverse list. So this is the example histogram of parent and print histogram. And inverse ticked of histogram will give me the values like this. Okay, so this is the output you get. So these are some of the applications of dictionary. And one interesting application is you can also use as a memos. So what is memos means? We'll be using some recursive function to compute the factorial. And see, when you use a longer argument, then the function will take more time to run because it will be doing lot of repetitive computations. So the runtime increases quickly. So let us see how the Fibonacci function is performed. So what you do in a normal recursive function is if you will be writing if n is equal to 0, then return 0, and else if n is equal to 1, return 1. Otherwise, you will be returning Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus Fibonacci of n minus 2. So this is a normal recursive function you use. Now, what is the disadvantage of this recursive function is, see, you just consider our n is equal to 4. So how many times this Fibonacci of 0 and Fibonacci of 1 will be called can be understood by using a call graph. Okay, so n is equal to 4 means it will just execute for Fibonacci of n is equal to 3 and n is equal to 2. Then for 3 it will execute 2 and 1. For 2 it will execute 1 and 0. And for 2 it will execute 1 and 0. As you can see, 2 times this Fibonacci of n, that is when n is equal to 0, 2 times it is called. For 1 it will be called as 3 times. For 2 it is calling 2 times. Okay, so this can be reduced by converting this recursive operation by means of your dictionary. Let us see how we can do. So we can keep track of the values and then before you store in the dictionary. So we are creating a dictionary called known. Initially, we are just keeping 0 as 0 and 1 as 1. That means if your value of n is 0, you can return 0. If your value of n is equal to 1, you can return 1. That information, we are just storing it in a dictionary. See, n is equal to 0, you have to return 0. N is equal to 1, you have to return 1. Okay. So that information we are just creating as a base value in your dictionary. Next, what you do is you define your Fibonacci of n. Okay. Then what you are doing is if n in known, okay, if it is already there, no need to recompute. Okay. You can just return that value that is known of n. Else, you have to compute Fibonacci of n minus 1 plus n minus 2. And when you are computing this, you are adding this value to the dictionary. Okay, so known of n is equal to resolution, RES, that is result. So if you do this, the number of calls will be reduced, which will increase your running time. Okay, so it is checking whenever this Fibonacci is called, it checks the known. If the result is already there, it can return immediately. Otherwise, it will compute the new value and this new value is added to the dictionary. Okay, so that we can make it fast. The runtime will be reduced when you are going for a larger value of n. Okay, so this concept is called as a memo. So you can return your result. So thank you. That is about your dictionary and its operations. So thank you for watching and subscribe to the channel to watch more videos like this. Thank you.